Hi guys, we are on our final day here. So we are on day 5. Oops. Alright, so here's our agenda for today, so let's get started. It says comparing two stories. Read the directions to the two stories below, then complete the graphic organizer. Story 1. Pierre changed into his track clothes and laced up his shoes. He left the locker room to meet the rest of the kids outside on the field. It was the first day of track tryouts. The coach walked up and greeted the athletes. I see you are all interested in being on Town Creek Middle School's track team, the coach stated. Let's see if you have what it takes. The boys began to complete the tryout drills. The coach wanted to see who could run the furthest, who could run the longest, and who could run the fastest. Pierre liked to run, and he knew he was talented, but he didn't know how well the other boys ran. Would he be good enough to make the team? Each time it was Pierre's turn to run, he began shaking, and it was so hard to breathe. He was so nervous. The coach realized Pierre was panicking and pulled him aside. He put his hands on his shoulders and spoke calmly to Pierre. Pierre, I've seen your running skills. You have no reason to be nervous. Take a deep breath and join this group. You've got this. I know you can do it, he said. Taking a deep breath, Pierre lined up with the other boys. As soon as the whistle blew, he took off running. His arms and legs moved faster than they ever had before. He controlled his breathing and stayed focused on the finish line, sweat dripping down his forehead as he used every muscle in his body to win the race. Pierre knew he had won first place. Inside, Pierre was grinning from ear to ear. He had successfully turned his day of jitters into fuel that helped him win the race and make the team. Alright, and let's read story number 2. Francesca was the best swimmer on the team. She swam the fastest. She swam the long distance. She was chosen to be captain for this season. The other girls wanted to be like Francesca. The biggest race of the season was this Friday. The whole school was excited. The team would win against Leeward Middle, the school's rival team. Each year, the schools compete against each other. The winner gets a special trophy. Francesca was always nervous the day before the big race. She had a hard time eating. She couldn't sleep. It was hard to focus in class. All she could think about was how she would beat the other team. On Wednesday, Francesca realized that she really wasn't feeling right. This was more than just being nervous and excited. She visited the school nurse who took her temperature and checked her throat. The nurse called Francesca's mom and sent her home from school early. Francesca was devastated. She was so upset that she came down with a cold right before the big race. The trophy meant so much for her school. What if she could not compete? Would her team stand a chance? The next morning, Francesca woke up feeling better. Her mom kept her home from school so she could rest more. On Friday after school, Francesca and her teammates raced at the swim meet. Her team won in every event at the meet. Francesca even set a school record. All of Francesca's rest from being sick had paid off to help her achieve and lead her team to victory. Alright, so in this story, story 1, we have Pierre. And, we have the coach. And in this story, we have Francesca. I'm not quite sure how to spell that. So let's go back up here. Alright. We have Francesca, her mom is in it, and the nurse. Alright, the setting. Here is at track team tryouts at the middle school. So the setting here is school, home, and where they have swimming meets, so the pool, the school's pool. Alright, the problem Pierre is nervous. And the problem for Francesca is she is sick. All right, events. Let's read this one for number 2. Francesca has to go home sick from school and rest. She sleeps off the sickness. Events for Pierre. Let's make this bigger. He is nervous. His coach talks to him. He takes a deep breath. And wins. All right, the solution, she is able to compete and wins. He wins and makes the track, it's an A, team. So the theme, that's what the author wants you to learn. So I think what the author wants us to learn here is take a deep breath. Believe in yourself. And try your best. And I think what the author wants us to learn in this one is resting can help you recover faster. Which I am sick right now, and I definitely know that I need to rest. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. All right, creepy creature news. Make up your own scary story. Does your city or town have any local legends? Oops. Make up a story about a monster, ghost, or alien that might live in your hometown. Make sure you use places you know as the setting. So you can go ahead and write this and send on Dojo. All right, context clues. Finding the word meaning. Read the sentence. Read the sentence below. Read and underline the word in the sentence. Circle the answer choice that has the same meaning as the underlined word. So, a student replied to the teacher with a witty answer and the class laughed. So, if the class is laughing, what do you think witty means? Funny, mean, or word? The teacher with a funny answer replied to the teacher with a mean answer, or replied to the teacher with a word answer. Our answer here is funny. I looked at my brother with a glare as he broke my toy. Ooh. So what does glare mean? I looked at my brother with a confusing after he broke my toy. No, you don't really look confusing. I looked at my brother with a dirty look after he broke my toy. That makes sense. Or I looked at my brother with a difficult with a difficult after he broke my toy. I think it's dirty look. Because if someone breaks your toy, you're definitely going to look at them a little dirty. Like, why did you do that? Alright, and the next one. Fireworks on the 4th of July give off a beautiful glimmer in the sky. A beautiful glow, a beautiful bright, or beautiful look. Glimmer. If something is glimmering, like glitter, it could be a glow. Glimmer and glow kind of mean the same thing. Let's see the next one. When we go camping, my father will ignite the fire so we can roast marshmallows. Ignite. Start, call, or see. My father will start the fire so we can roast marshmallows. Yep, that's our best answer here. He chose to delete the unhealthy foods from his meal and make better choices. He chose to include the unhealthy foods from his meal and make better choices. That doesn't make sense. He chose to make more the unhealthy foods. No. He chose to remove the unhealthy foods from his meal and make better choices. That makes sense. My grandpa will doze during television shows he watches when he's tired. So he's tired here. So my grandpa will cheer during, no. My grandpa will nap during television shows when he's tired. Yeah, I take a nap when I'm tired. The curious puppy emptied the bag while he sniffed around looking for something to chew. So he's sniffing and he's looking around. So the problem puppy, not really. The interested puppy or the happy puppy. Now we're curious here and he's sniffing around and he's looking. So he is interested. Each day during the spring there is a slight increase in temperature until summer arrives. So a slight. Each day during the spring there is a small increase of temperature. There is a increase of temperature. That doesn't make sense. Or there is a bright increase of temperature. Again, that one doesn't make sense. So our best answer here is small. The flower will topple if it has too much weight on top. So the flower will topple if it has too much weight on top. If you have a flower and it's really heavy on top, it's going to topple. So it's going to start drooping that way. The flower will pounce. No, the flower will grow if it has too much weight on top, or the flower will fall over. That's our best answer. The student who put in the best effort will be included in the celebration. The students who put in the best attitude, the students that put in the best hard work, or the students who put in the best completion. I don't think completion makes sense, but we're talking about effort. Effort is hard work. Alright, addition and subtraction. So 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus what is 9. So I'm going to go over here. So 5, and I'm just going to keep counting up. 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is separate these. Kind of like we do with our ones, tens, and hundreds. Alright. So this one's good. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many tallies did I make? 4, because 5 plus 4 is 9. 2, I need to get to 5, so 2, and you know what? I can actually just do them in these boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, to get 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 tallies in the box, and 2 plus nothing is 2. Let's move on to our first one, and our next one. We are subtracting here. So 6 minus blank is 9. So this one's a little bit harder because this is a type of problem where I'd have to go next door and borrow 10 more. So let's do a reverse of this problem and do addition. So I'm going to do 3, 9, and there's a box here, and we have an 8, and we have a 6. Oops. It's not, and 6, 6. Alright, and if I were to add these two together, that would be 15. And, I'm sorry.